Which of next year's Magic sets is gonna perform the best? So say what you will about next year's Magic slate, but you have to admit there's a lot of stuff here that has the potential to make a lot of money, but which one's gonna make the most? So the first two I'm just gonna rule out is Star Trek and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of the universes beyond, I just don't think they have the following to really make that huge impact of a ton of money as some of the other sets. Now, looking at the in-universe sets, normally I wouldn't expect them to make as much as a Universes Beyond set, but looking at A, the last Universes Beyond set, and B, these are some of the best ones they could make. Like, Lorwyn and Strixhaven are very popular planes that a lot of people are really excited to return to, and Reality Fracture, we don't know anything about it, but it is going to be that big event set, so people are definitely going to be excited about it by the time we get there. Now, Marvel Superheroes is like the biggest IP on here, and theoretically should make the most money, but because Spider-Man was such a flop, I just don't know. I don't think this is a guaranteed flop because even though people hate Universes Beyond and Marvel being in Magic, Spider-Man had a ton of other problems that had nothing to do with the characters in the art, and I think if Marvel Superheroes is a pretty good set, even if you don't like it, it could still be a lot more successful. But lastly, The Hobbit. This is the one I would place my money on if I were to be like betting on this. Lord of the Rings made stupid amounts of money. Even a lot of people who are generally against Universes Beyond don't hate the idea of Lord of the Rings, and with that, The Hobbit being in Magic, because, I mean, it does feel so much like a Magic plane, like it would totally work. I also think it easily has the potential to be just the best Universes Beyond set. This could be a whole other video on like how I think a good property is chosen for a Universes Beyond set, and it doesn't have to do with how it thematically fits into Magic. It's just how it's structured as a story and how it feels like a Magic story the way they normally structure their sets. Basically, because The Hobbit is one linear story that also follows a decently large cast of characters, rather than say like a Marvel set trying to shove all these different characters from all these different storylines and runs of comics that just into a set without a clear storyline. Same thing with like Star Trek. It's like there's been so many Star Trek movies and shows that don't all follow one plot line that they're trying to force into here. I just think because The Hobbit is just one story, just like any other Magic story, they can make it a cleaner set. So I am going to be placing my money on this, especially if we get those Orcish Bowmaster and One Ring reprints. But let me know in the comments which set you think is going to be making the most money, and don't forget to follow.